Hello everybody and welcome back to the Crafty Monkey channel. My name is Amanda and this is George. In today's video I will be doing a flip through of issue number 2 of 2022 of Daphnes Diary magazine. Move George out of the way. So Daphnes Diary magazine, as I've said before, I've done many flip throughs on my channel, is a crafting and lifestyle magazine. I get mine on a subscription from Unique Magazines. You can get this in WH Smith. I actually saw this issue in a WH Smith. It was a big WH Smith. I don't think they have it in the small ones. But a new thing that they are doing, if you have a subscription through Unique Magazines, you're going to get a free gift every issue. Obviously, if you buy it in store, you don't get the free gift. I will show these at the end, but we'll do the magazine flip through first. So this is issue number 2. This is spring and Easter themed. So you have a very bright, very springy front cover with the chickens. And then your letter from Daphne, and obviously you've got the cute little Easter chick. What's coming in this issue? Having to hold this one because it doesn't lie as flat as some of the others. So this is an article about Lake Geneva. Somebody I went to school with actually lives right by Lake Geneva, which is, you know, a lovely place to live. I've actually driven through Switzerland in the dark. I've never actually seen it when we have been on coach holidays to Italy, because my boyfriend doesn't fly, so we had to go on coach holidays, and every time we drove through Switzerland it was the middle of the night. And then we have one of the recipes for this issue. This is a Swiss roll. Obviously this is not one for me, as I've said before. I can't eat strawberries, I'm allergic to them. And then we have our letter from Daphne. The trouble with being allergic to strawberries is I actually like them, but I just can't eat them. So that's at least it is an avoidable allergy. It's not in everything. Then the shopping for this issue, obviously as this is Easter and spring themed, there's a lot of bunnies, eggs, all sorts of things relating to Easter. I'm never parting with this for this issue, and then your poem. Then these are to make, I suppose, like napkin rings. These are not die cut, you'd have to cut these out, but they have all of little bunnies on them and little spring flowers. You have 2 lots of those. If you didn't want to use them as napkin rings, these would look quite nice cut out. You could put them across cards. So you could just sort of use this as like a topper element. Then an article about getting ready to sow all your seeds. If you grow vegetables, this is the time of year to plant everything. Then one of the houses, or in this case a cafe, that they visit. This is a cafe and bed and breakfast, I think. I love how people can put things together like this. If I put something together like this, it would look like I just shoved a load of junk into a room, but other people can do it and style it correctly. Angel from Escape to the Chateau. She has, which is a TV program on Channel 4. She has this sort of style. And you look at some of the things, you're like, that's never ever going to look good. And then she finishes it and it looks amazing. I just don't have that kind of eye for something like this. I appreciate it, but I couldn't do it myself. Had to make a little Easter bunny bread roll. Is it a sweet bread roll? Yes, it's like a sweet bread roll. This would be a good one to do with kids. They could learn how to make a sweet bread and obviously have fun decorating the bunny as well. You could get some food colouring involved as well, paint it over the top. And then this is one of the artists for this issue. She makes these cute little characters. I mean, look at this. And the little pig, just so cute. I love anything cute. These are just the cutest things in the world. Fighting health and another Daphnes diary entry. And there's obviously a spot the Easter eggs in this issue. You have some Easter themed stickers. So how to use them to decorate. How to decorate for a spring party. And then a cake recipe, again decorated with all sorts of spring florals. Some recipes in this issue. These were all based around eggs. Again, not one for me. I eat eggs in things, but I don't eat eggs by themselves. I just don't really like them. And how to make the insect hotels. These are really popular in gardens to encourage wildlife. A good thing to do with children. And how to do a DIY spring wreath. Wreaths are becoming really popular. They've sort of started growing in popularity in the last couple of years. I watch a YouTube channel called Stitching with the Housewives. I'll put a link to their channel actually in the description below, and they primarily do cross stitch, but they also have some tutorials on how to do spring wreaths. They do a tulip wreath, they do a patriotic wreath, which is obviously, if you're not American, it's geared towards 4th of July, but they do lots of wreaths. They've actually done recently a cross stitch pattern that is designed around wreaths that you can interchange. So they're becoming really popular. I know Primark were doing some over the autumn, so they're becoming a big thing. Where you can subscribe. Poem, and then some little chicks for you to draw or copy and colour in. This is still beyond my skill set for drawing. And then another artist for this issue makes all these beautiful sculptures out of paper. Letters to Daphne. How to make a chocolate nest. This is a classic kids recipe. We used to call them chocolate cornflake cakes. You can also make them with Rice Krispies, and then you put mini eggs on top. The staple at the kids bake fairs and charity fairs in the UK. Also quite a staple that we used to have for school dinners as well, as a dessert, chocolate cornflake cake. Then an article about Ireland. There's some lovely watercolour type images here that you can cut out and use. Look at that view. I'd never leave. To cook eggs, and then we've got some bookmarks that you can cut out and keep. They're double-sided, they've got different sayings on each side. A room without books is like a body without a soul. All the secrets in the world are contained in a book. I do believe something very magical can happen when you read a good book, and a book is a gift you can open again and again. So these are nice. Obviously, if you saw some of my previous videos, another one of my hobbies is reading, so these will be quite useful. You could also just turn these into a nice little framed piece, because they're quite nice. Mine is a soul article, another Daphnes diary entry. And then eggshell art. This is a very traditional craft. Then an article about houseplants, succulents. You see, succulents are very popular because they're hard to kill. That's probably why people like them as a plant. Then little ways to decorate eggs if your children have got Easter shows or egg decorating competitions. This would be quite useful. I remember when I was at junior school we had egg decorating competitions. That was back in the early 90s. You know, you had to dress your egg up, make it a little costume, things like that, and you could win a prize. You could also use, again, some of the decorations here if you've got to do Easter bonnet decorating as well. I know that's quite big still at schools. An article about April Fool's Day, where the idea of pulling jokes comes from. Another Daphnes diary entry. And then the recipes for this issue, so you've got pasta with broccoli and then Mexican chips, so these would be like nachos almost. Do not disturb sign. These push out, these are die cut. They're double-sided, that's what they look like hanging on the door. The story for this issue. How to make a quick hairband out of a small piece of fabric. Just a nice page you could cut out and keep. And how to sort of decorate an Easter tree. Themed trees are another big thing that are sort of becoming popular, like keeping a tree up all year, like a Christmas tree, and then decorate it for different seasons. So Valentine's Day, Easter, Halloween. I know Halloween trees are a massive thing now. People tend to decorate them Nightmare Before Christmas, so you could sort of keep it up for Halloween and Christmas. But yeah, themed trees. Spot the difference or find the rare butterfly. This is a lovely picture you could just cut out and use. And then this is another article about a town in the Netherlands. See, the Netherlands is very flat because it's all reclaimed land from the sea. Yes, I do remember my geography lessons. And then inspirational women. So these are women who've gone on to, invent things that we use pretty much every day. A lot of them probably weren't recognised within their lifetime, but are now. I mean, Hedy Lamarr, she was an actress and she invented radar basically, but a lot of people don't know that. So this is quite an interesting article. Let's make a little wooden egg cup, and then some little postcards. These are not die cut, you need to cut these out. So these actually open like an advent calendar almost. So you cut that out, you cut these out and put them down, and then you can lift the flaps up. You've got these little sayings behind there. It's quite a nice idea. Article about different types of bird eggs. Match the egg to the bird. How to make lemon curd. I like lemon things, I like lemon cake, so this would be a nice one to make, because when I make my lemon sponge I use bought curd, so it'd be quite nice to have a go at making my own. This is a page you can cut out about spring. Colouring page. It's like a town, but you could do this in sections because it's quite, with the rows it's quite easily sectioned off. Article about tea. I'm not much of a tea drinker, I much prefer coffee, but these little teapots would be cute to cut out and put in a journal spread. Using these hearts to make these sort of decorations on this printed paper, which is double-sided, so if you just wanted to use this side you wouldn't have to use the hearts. And then this piece is not got the hearts printed on it. Then the book for this issue, which is Sophie Kinsella, who wrote the Confessions of a Shopaholic series, which is one of my mum's favourite book series, and I've read some of her books. One of my favourite ones from her is a book called 20s Girl. It's about a girl who is haunted by the ghost of her aunt, who was a flapper in the 1920s. It sounds a bit weird, but it's not really. It's a sort of a contemporary romance, but it's a fun book, and the story's really good. Her books are really fun. They turned Confessions of a Shopaholic into a film with Isla Fisher. It's okay. It's not a bad film. It's not a bad adaptation, but the book is a lot better. And then the next issue, Daphne's Diary celebrates 10 years. And then you have a poster. And in the back cover you have a chicken. So as I said at the start, if you have a subscription through Unique Magazines, when they send your issue out in your post, you're going to get a free gift. For this issue you got these two books. You got this birthday calendars book and then this My Friends book. So the birthday calendar book is basically what you would expect, but it's a nice little book. Opens out, and then each page is decorated, so you can write down everybody's birthdays, and each one is themed. And obviously this is a perpetual calendar, so you can use this every year. There's some lovely themes in here. So obviously this is my partner's birthday is in April. My birthday and my mum's birthday are in May. My dad's birthday is in June, so this is a a nice little calendar. Particularly if you have a large family, you've got to keep track of a lot of different birthdays. Obviously, it's all baking and cake related because you have cake on your birthday. September, October, November, December, and then you've got pages for notes at the back. So this would be, a good page where you could write out notes for present ideas, or if you wanted to do a day out or you were planning a party. You've got that one. And then you got this My Friends book, which one, that's the same size as the birthday one, but this is sort of a nice little book about friends. So it's like an address book, but a little bit more. I know most people don't have an address book anymore, they just keep everything stored in their phone, but this is a nice idea. So name, address, telephone number, email, and then what you like about that person. Just various pages. This, I mean, obviously you could also use this for family members. Just goes through. You've got the stars on the back. So that was just a quick flip through of issue number 2 of 2022 of Daphnes Diary magazine and the free gifts that I got sent. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.